Veamos, carrate. Ya le hice, este. Ya dos. Es más divertido. Vamos a poner las... No, este. Y este. Confirma. ¿Estoy en directo? Sí. Nunca te quedas con todo, gato. No seas, sí, no seas cabrón. Dale. ¡Y! Ay, no va. Dale, dale, dale. Uy, ya me corrí. Ahí está. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Ya no se escucha. Ah, perdón. Vamos a elegir. Ah, lo mismo. Y este tendremos que elegir. Ah, tengo uno más. Uno más. Ahí estamos. Para. Hijo de... Espérate, chabón. Espérame. Llegué. Ah, de que te traga con el otro personaje. Eso tenían que arreglarlo, me parece. Nuestro lío al lado de esa pelotita, Chao. Le cambiamos a esta. No seas cabrón. A ver. Tengo dos más, tengo dos más. Puta que se trae el personaje ahí. ¡Muévete! ¡Muévete! No, por lo menos lo pasamos. Por suerte. Ahora vamos con las protos. Dale. Va. No están completando una misión ahí. Ahí por poquito. A ver, ¿qué otra misión tengo que completar? Ah, esta. Hasta que me falta poquito. ¿Dónde era? Creo que era por acá. Cambiar el personaje. No gira, 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 no gira. Acá está. La chiquitita no gira. Ya va a estar complicado encontrarse. A ver, tengo que buscar un lugar bien chiquitito para esconderme. No, no. Si me atrapan no importa, yo quiero investigar lugares. Y acá sería muy obvio. ¿Y acá? ¿Cómo que es? Creo que me voy a ver que hay una caja ahí. Bueno, acá. Qué mal escondido, bueno, no importa si me atrapa. La próxima partida con un lugar escondido. Me va a atrapar de seguro. Si pasa por acá, me atrapa. No veo nada. Está acá. Está acá. Ya me vio seguro. Este. Me parecía. Ya sabes qué importa. Ya que estamos en este modo, veamos si encontramos otro lugar para escondernos. Uy, qué chocleta, ¿eh? Ah, no, acá no vemos. Bueno, sí. A ver. Y subimos arriba. Acá está bien, creo yo. Vamos con otra. Dale, dale. Necesito un escondite piola, loco. Este no lo conozco. A ver. Lugarcito para esconderme. No me puedo esconder. No, es también muy evidente que te está escondiendo ahí. Ok. Ok, está bien. Me cago en tu madre. Ay, sí, me cago en tu madre. No, me conté. Ya tengo que buscar otro más. Bueno, esa está abierta, pero voy a buscar una más. Arriba de la casa nada. Hay para meterse debajo de la casa. Se algún bug. Sí.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is.
Qué mala leche que tengo en este juego. Este minijuego. Nunca salgo MVP. $200 más y ya me dan 2x8. Oh, este lugar me quiere subir al techo. ¿Dónde está la casa? ¿La casa? ¿Dónde está? Nunca me sale bien esto. No, pobre. No jodas. Me va a botonear, me va a botonear, me va a botonear. ¿Qué? ¿Verga? No jodas. Nah, no jodas. Nah, no jodas. Esa mierda es lo que más odio. Como el último spot. No me va a salir porque es mejor. Como su... ¿De qué salí?
Traveler, Paimon, please I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged ghost.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I have a few theories, but we don't have enough leads yet. There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost there and passed out. I believe there may still be some clues there.
Do we really have to go there? What if we're walking into a trap?
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If anything, that would make things easier. My worry is that we won't be able to find her. Honestly, it'd save me a lot of trouble if she were to show up on her own.
Wow, Hazel. You're fearless.
The more cases you see, the less afraid you become.
Vamos con la llana.
This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not at this point, but I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her, and she said if we didn't leave, our souls would become... Paimon doesn't want to remember that moment. Paimon shivered.
And then what happened?
Then, everything seemed to get darker, and Paimon started to feel dizzy. Paimon saw some sort of black mist surrounding the ghost, and then... Paimon...
Based on your account, it does really...
Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
It's possible, but I'm more interested in what she's actually trying to achieve. Even if she is a ghost, as long as she possesses some sense of reason, then there must be some purpose.
Wasn't she after our souls? She said that herself.
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Oh.
Think about it. If I had the ability to take your souls, then why go to the trouble of warning you over and over again? Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its powers.
That does make sense.
I believe there are only two possibilities. The first is that she wanted to reap your souls, but there was some condition that had to be met. You know, but if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed it by now. So, this is the less likely scenario. I believe she was just trying...
But why would she want to scare us away. Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could claim the Test of Courage prizes. Oh! Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have any ideas, Hazel?
Based solely on your account, I don't believe she actually meant any harm. She just didn't want you to stay here. But this evidence alone is insufficient to make any valid assumptions. She could very well be guarding some treasure or covering up a crime. Though, my intuition is telling me that neither of these hypotheses are correct. Let's continue investigating the surroundings.
Si lo podía...
Have you found any leads yet?
Yeah, some tree branches seem like they were bent by something.
I see. After you left, I took a good look around the area. Aside from the bent branches, there are burn marks in some places, but that doesn't really tell us much. If only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's you guys! What did
We heard you were out searching for clues, and we wanted to help.
Oh, that's rip!
Actually, we're also really unsure. We just asked the members of Mr. Ito's gang about what happened to them. And it sounded that lady is either a nasty evil spirit or a formidable yokai. Either way, but we still want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival.
Uh-huh. We long admired the friendship between Lord Kamai and the... Which is why we want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival, to return the favor we once received from the human. Even though our powers are limited, we don't want this bond of friendship to vanish. The Mikawa Flower Festival is meant to be enjoyable for everyone.
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have more help in the investigation. Welcome to the team. Let's all do our best to figure out what's going on.
Don't worry, we're very familiar with the area. We won't miss any clues.
Mierda.
Look what I found down by the river! Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap of black cloth? I've never...
This is a piece...
Shade cloth?
Yeah. It can effectively block out light and is used in a variety of settings, including stage performances. There's a rough tear in the cloth.
Branches?
Suppose that a large... When the shade cloth... Either she didn't care...
But what?
I'm only Maybe she used it to create... Let's not worry about that for now. Next, I'd like to
Oh, I know the way. I asked the gang members.
Good. Please, let's go find out what's going...
This is the place. They claim that as they passed through...
Huh. What a coincidence. We saw the very same thing.
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we did before.
I found some sort of... The inside of it looked...
Judging from the... Rather...
There's some strange powder in the... I picked some up.
Wait.
Similar scare tactics. I believe we're close. I'm almost certain that the woman she possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely scaring people with some small props.
Some Small prop?
First and foremost, the test of courage contributed to the unsettling atmosphere here. You were initially frightened by your first encounter with these 3 yokai, and then shortly after, you ran into the mysterious woman. It was natural for you to be on edge. Because you were already tensed up, you were breathing more rapidly and inhaled a lot of sleeping powder that she had sprinkled around the area. That is what caused you to feel dizzy. That's when she pulled down the shade cloth and lit those so-called ghostly flames, creating a terrifying scene.
So, it was all just a show?
She tricked us!
There is, however, still one that couldn't have been a
Oh.
She can only use props to scare people in the forest, but she can use strange powers on the beach. Huh, I see. I think I've figured it out.
Whoa, that was...
If we rule out the potential of organized crime, then only one possibility remains. I know who the woman is. Let's go to the...
We'll come along too.
No. You should go back and tell the others not to be afraid and not waste their time. The truth has surfaced.
Okay, but please be careful. If you run into any danger, simply call.
There shouldn't be any danger now, but thank you anyway. Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
There she is. Paimon thought you were a yokai like the others, but they said they never seen you. So, who are you? And why did...
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
She's terrifying! Hazel, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any
Don't move. Just trust me. Your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hasten your demise.
yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own body. When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power, but that ability weakens as it moves further away. And if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that originated from it will likewise perish. Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit or Tsukumo Gami?
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuda Chizuru. That is the name I go.
Chizuru, why do you want us to leave? If you're a yokai, you should understand why the other yokai want to interact with humans. Besides, we had a great time playing a Kitsuyugen together, didn't we? Just like the story of...
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't want you to be sad too.
Sad?
I'm sure the yokai have already told you of the story about Kamai, but they don't actually know.
A ver la
The
historia.
samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazura?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his Agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just a few decades it turned into regret. Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed, but his dear friend in front of him had grown old. The joys of friendship gradually gave way to the pain of regret. People often say that those outside the situation can see things more clearly, and I learned a harsh truth after witnessing all of it. Everything that people come to regret is inevitably set in motion from the beginning. We yokai are different from humans. We have longer lifespans and different natures, but we share the same world. We interact with one another. We are drawn to one another, and will eventually part ways. When the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories and lingering pain. Even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye. Imagine what a pure and kind little yokai would feel.
Oh.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last of my days. But those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu Yugin here, which woke me from my slumber. I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm just because they'd heard the legend of Kamai and the samurai. That would simply be repeating the same mistake.
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? To scare all the people away from here? Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy on the beach. That was a little bit harsh, don't you think?
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected to scare people. I can't show myself when there are a lot of people around. But that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu Yugin and sell them for a profit. That's why I used my yokai power, to teach him a lesson.
Ah, so that's what happened. You have a... By the way, how did you know the rest of the story about Kamai and the Sam?
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. I've already figured it out. Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita? Oh, wait! So that means she...
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazura hundreds of years ago. You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. You were the closest to witness their story. Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. You can't sustain yourself, so you were forced to rely on props to scare people. And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Miko? And the Shrine Maiden?
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady...
Well, because fear is induced by uncertainty, The more chaotic the situation, the better. Having the event staff also mysteriously vanish only added to the uncertainty. I must say...
So you're the one responsible for all the scary stuff.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and that we have a winner.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal is not exactly a serious crime. I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose
Ah,
the
pues Simona,
Hagoita for the
nosotros.
third round of the test of courage because you...
Miko, Lady Yae,
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu Hazura. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest traces of
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's shoulder.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed a familiar yokai power. Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree, gazing at the tourists below. I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Huh? When was that? I didn't notice you at all.
With your powers being so diminished, it was only natural that you didn't notice me. You must have been blaming yourself all this time. You knew Kamai and the samurai became friends as a result of Akitsu Hazura, a game connected to your existence.
At the time, I couldn't take on a human form like this. I had only a hazy sense of the outer world. After they first met at the Mikawa Flower Festival, I felt proud to know that I had left a mark on their story. But after they said their final goodbyes, I could often hear Kamai sighing to himself. I couldn't help but hide, because I blamed myself. When I woke up again, the world had changed. Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know many more things than I do. People meet, become friends, and then go their separate ways. After such a short time, they leave only regret and sadness. Is it really worthwhile for us yokai to interact with humans?
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the trap?
I felt happy.
But your rationality told you that it was wrong, didn't it? It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai and the samurai that you are missing.
What do you mean? The samurai and Kamai never met again.
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi Takuto, who also happens to be the founder of the Soran Ishin art. It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art, Tominaga Masanari. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi. The regret Kamai once felt had finally been resolved.
Oh.
We yokai are not like humans. Humans have too short a lifespan, and the day will inevitably come when we must say goodbye. However, the bond formed by friendship will not be broken, but rather carried on in a new form. There's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by in an instant, and life passes by like a dream. So, you must be happy in the present.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
He told me everything. And I also heard that you won the last round. I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway, I had a little discussion with the others. Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my presence. Now, tell us what you discussed.
Ah, right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower Festival. I gave it some real thought and realized that it might be kind of difficult for those little yokai to hold the festival on their own. But with my help, it won't be a problem. That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower.
Hooray for Ito!
Oh.
Can we really trust this guy with the festival?
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Other people will help too. Even my bro Ayato is gonna be there. Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running in no time. It won't be long until you can all join the fun.
You're the best, Ito!
And what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look, too. It has been some time since I've attended a festival. Fortunately...
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito does have his moments. A festival, delicious food, count Paimon in!
All right, I'll join. If you...
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out! Ito and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a massive fishing pond here.
Fishing? You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island, I used to just dive into the sea and catch fish with my bare hands.
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is nowhere near as fun as using a fishing rod. Just the other day, I caught a fish so big that I didn't even know how to handle it. I even wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House about...
That's an unusual problem to have.
Huh? A big fish? How come you didn't tell Ed?
Huh? You wrote a letter to Yae Pulp...
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. She's so amazing. She got back to me really quick.
Huh, what a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar letter.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and catch an even big... Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Aw, the string snapped. I was... Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you really fish out these water balloons with a string?
Don't worry. Let me show you a little trick. Just remember that your hand has to be quick. Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novels before. Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye, aim carefully, and fish it out quickly. Oh, it looks kind of tricky. Paimon will let the traveler...
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good.
Yes, it feels like it's been...
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's...
Oh, it's you. We'll need 2 more bowls of ramen, please. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why Ayaka would put cake into hot pot.
Huh?
No, hace un calor para tomar un té. Bueno.
Oh, please.
No, I'm stuffed.
By the way,
Hola, hola.
were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Ah, dejé el micrófono
Yes,
prendido.
but... Well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten rusty. Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume Kozo.
He looked like he really wanted it.
But Paimon, 1 and 1.
All right, then I'll catch one for you next time.
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a festival, you shouldn't hike up the prices this much.
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall. I need to raise my prices to help cover the expenses, you know?
Fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off? Final offer.
Alright, alright.
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being roasted here.
Don't get too close. It's better to keep a few...
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire. I want to get as close as I can to enjoy it.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has...
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened, too.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. Besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared.
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as soon as they sensed that they had no idea what was happening. How...
Yes, well done.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having a good time?
Yeah, it's great!
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively, but even if you could attend the original, you probably wouldn't be as happy as you are now. Because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival with friends, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you.
Well then, I'm guessing you have something you want to say to him alone? We'll leave you in peace.
What did you want to say to us?
Ah, you saw through me again. I can't help but feel you somehow know everything.
It's not that I know everything. It's just that I've been in your position before.
Traveler, do you have a moment?
Take it easy.
Vamos a ver el evento.
All right, here will do. Thank you. Actually, I was a yokai. I wanted to go to more festivals, become friends with humans, and play Akitsu Yugen with them. But every evening, as night began to set in, I'd recall the bit. Then I would wonder, if I became friends with a human, would that person... As a result, I was convinced that I couldn't do it. I told myself I would. I'm sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I'm sure it must. I expected you to flee in terror. But when we met again, you acted like you had no trouble. I knew you mistook me as one of the yokai. But instead of telling you the truth, I went and played Akitsu Yugen. I'm not... Perhaps it's because I've always wanted to be like Kamai and play Akitsu Yugen with... Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want to be alone. Anyway, thank you for taking... When we played Akitsu Yugen, Paimon said the loser would have to grant the winner a... At the time, I wished for us to never... However, you still came and found me. Meaning, you never granted my wish. Let me think. I wish for you to remember me. No. I only have one wish, so I better make it count. Okay. Listen carefully. I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.
¡No! ¡No! ¡Desapareció! ¡No! No. Cuidado, qué triste. Después juego el juego de las cartas, no me gustó mucho. Antiguas notas y nuevos amigos. Ahora vamos a hacer esto. ¿Dónde es eso? Ah, lejito. Ya cuando venga lluvia.
Take it easy.
Espérate que no...
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
We should start learning how to play Genius Invocation TCG. This may hurt a little. Great! Let's continue learning how to play. All right! In an actual game of Genius Invocation TCG, you need to use multiple character cards to form a party.
Vamos a probar este modo de juego.
Next up, it's time for your second character card, Kaya, to take the... Oh, it seems like any move by Kaya is going to cost quite a lot of cryo dice.
Ahora se está poniendo el teléfono. ¿Cuáles son? Auto. Habilidad elemental, inflige 3 puntos de daño crío.
When you deal cryo damage, you'll cause your target to be affected by cryo.
Cool it!
Good! Good! Now our opponent is affected by cryo. This is a good time to learn about elemental reactions. Different types of elemental damage affect enemies with different elements. When a character is affected by certain elemental combos, an elemental reaction will be... At the moment, your opponent is affected by cryo, so we should try and use a pyro skill on them. Looks like we have to switch active characters, though. Oh, that reminds me. Both sides must have one active character, while others are considered standby characters.
Okay.
Normally, we can only use the active character skills. Now, if we want to use the skills of our standby character, we'll have to switch them to the active. In this case, we'll have to switch to D-Luke in order to use his skills.
Okay.
You can spend one elemental die of any kind to switch a standby character to the active character.
Let's finish this, swiftly.
Switching characters is an action, just like using a skill. So once it's done, it's your opponent's turn.
Ahora sí está muy aprieto.
Most skills can only target the active character. As you can see, your opponent just attacked D-Luke. Alright then, now that D-Luke is our active character, it's time to use his skill.
Okay. Acá me va a dejar manejando por mí mismo.
Because the opponent is... When triggered, this will allow you to
Creo que terminó esto ya. Ya. Nada que ver. Victoria.
Alright! Next up, let's learn how to use card types other than character cards. These cards are all known as action cards. Each time a match starts, you have to draw 5 action cards to form your starting hand. Uh-oh. Looks like we don't have any... Seriously? We still don't have any usable dice even after that reroll? Well, never mind. Even in cases like this, we can still attack. We just need to put the action cards in our hand to... Don't underestimate action cards. They can grant all kinds of support and buffs to your active character. Take this one, for example.
Ahí está.
So playing this action card, some other cards will cost you these instead. The cost requirements for these are much more lenient. You can spend any kind of elemental dice. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, though. For now, just play this action card. So, playing an action card from your hand is a form of fast action. Fast actions do not end your current turn. Simply put, you can continue to act, but wait. Well, not by discarding what... Sometimes, you won't be able to perform any actions you want to because you didn't roll the elemental dice you wanted. Ingenious in this case, just like playing... Come on, hurry up! Well, would you look at that? Finally, we now have... Because you have the White Iron Greatsword equipped, Searing Onslaught will deal 1 extra damage! What?
Okay.
Now comes the final part. Oh yeah! In a real match, you can make adjustments at this time. Once you have confirmed any adjustments you wish to make to your starting hand, both players have to select their starting active character at this. Oh boy, this one's a real doozy. Let's see how you do this time. Remember, start by selecting your initial starting character.
Vamos con...
Let's go.
Sí, igual que estoy jugando a un juego de cartas. A ver si lo puedo ganar. Bueno.
¿Son 3 nomás?
Sí. Muchas gracias.
Hey, look at you! You sure are getting the hang of these rolls. Now let me teach you what you can preview your opponent's actions. I mean, that is to say, you can read their intent. Check it out. So here's where you can see all your opponent's intentions for this round. All your opponent's intended actions for the round will be listed here in order. Reference this to come up with effective countermeasures and easy. Well then, that's... Wait. There's one more thing I almost forgot. Every time you hit an end phase, you get to draw 2 cards from your action cards pile. Remember, you have to make use of both your elemental dice and your action cards to win. All right, cool. Those are the basics. What we just played was an adventure challenge designed specially for new players. Genius Invocation TCG can be played in duel mode, where each player brings 3 character cards, or in adventure challenge mode, with a fixed deck for each but the rules are all the same. As long as you understand the basics, then you should be able to take on any of those rowdy booze hounds.
Although I feel there are still many details to grasp, I think I understand the basic premise of the game now.
That was quite the detailed explanation. I didn't know the Cat's Tail's famous mixologist had...
What? Oh, when did you get here?
I stepped in while you were in the middle of your explanation. I hope I didn't dampen the mood.
You snuck in without making a sound. Anyway, what are you doing?
The Cat's Tail is a player in Mondstadt's alcohol industry. Naturally, you have some collaboration with my winery. I'm here today to discuss a few items of business with Margaret.
Too bad she just left. But if you head off right now, you might still catch up with her.
Never mind, it's nothing urgent. In fact, I think I'm now more interested in this card that you're...
Wait! This card? It's Diluc's character card!
Although I have some degree of experience with Genius Invocation TCG, seeing this...
A customer left it behind a few days ago, but he wasn't even playing the game while he was here.
Oh? And what's...
He wasn't wearing an eye patch, okay? He had a light complexion and a super serious look on his face. He wasn't much of a talker and looked like he was just drinking.
Eye patch, you say?
Gah! I was trying to give the opposite description, but I just ended up giving it away. Sorry, guard captain.
Don't worry. Somehow, I don't think he'll be
So, what about the Diluc character card?
I don't mind. It's just a card with my image on it.
I didn't expect Diluc to be familiar with Genius Invocation TCG.
The game has been catching on lately. It's hard to go anywhere without hearing it mentioned. Every now and then, I'll sit down and play a game with the customers in Angel Share. I was hoping we could play a game, but this issue of someone leaving a character card with my image of the Cat's Tail is... It's getting late, and someone has some explaining to do. We'll have to have that duel another time. Good. Then I'll take my leave.
You know where the door is. Don't let... Uh-oh. Guard captain.
I hope Kaya will be alright. Well, now that we are familiar with the rules, why don't we...
Ooh, 2 new players having their first ever duel. But In order to play an official duel, you need... Remember, a complete deck has to have 3 character cards and 30 action cards.
Then, let's use my cards. These were mixed in with all the others I had received. And I didn't know what they were for at first. But now that we've learned the rules, now it looks like we each have the Kaya, Diluc, and Sucro's character cards. All right, let's...
Que voy a ganar 4 ojos. ¿Qué hace? Bien.
Unlike the adventure challenge you tried previously, duels are true tests of strength between 2 players. In a duel, your opponent can also use action cards, and they'll also be able to grab new cards during and at the same time. Your opponent must also spend elemental dice to take actions. So you'll be... Are you ready? It's time for some exhilarating fights to...
Espérate. Vamos primero con esta.
Let's finish this swiftly.
Ah, verga. Esto lo vamos a dejar acá. Anemo no tenemos. Tenemos fuego, hielo. Sí, anemo sí tenemos. Ah, para sacar eso no. Vamos a dejarla. Esta no la tenemos. Y esta tampoco. Toma 2 cartas. Cuando el personaje usa habilidad o se equipa un talento, gasta un dado hidro. No tengo uno. Por ronda. Este sí tengo. Cuando un personaje usa habilidad o se gasta talento. Vamos a ponerle este al... Esa carta. A ver, ¿qué es esto? Ninguno usa lanza acá. Cano, convertir. No puedo. No puedo. No, vamos a hacer un ataque. Esa habilidad. Sí, a las 18 voy. Faltan 5 minutos. El Genshin Impact es un juego de mundo abierto, pero ahora han puesto un modo que juego de cartas, digamos. No tengo más nada para ir. No me quedé sin cosas. Fin de esta ronda. No, y tengo que ajustado. Esto sacamos. Lo sacamos. Por favor, que hay un re. Vámonos. Y escogí una invocación enemiga para destruirla. Uff. Usar carta. ¿Cómo que no? ¿Cómo que no? No se puede elegir a la persona que quiero golpear. Qué feo. Es como que van por el que está más tocado.
Absorption test.
Esto no vale, si me lo acabaron de darte. O me quedé sin... Ah, me quedé sin cosas. Pero no me tendría que haber tocado para lanzar los dardos. Ah, ahora me toca. Ok, esto lo dejamos. No, esto lo dejamos.
Stand clear.
¿Cómo se cambia el personaje?
Freeze.
Let's go.
Manda sacros.
I can do it.
Ah, ya voy entendiendo cómo funciona. Parece un Yu-Gi-Oh.
My research has failed.
This will...
Okay. One character card defeated.
Oh, eso culo. Espérate, cabrón. Uno más. Los rayos no me hicieron. Bueno. Vamos a curar al hijo de tu madre. No, ahorita.
There can be no
Darn. I didn't factor that into the equation.
Curame el coso. Curame el Diru. Cabrón, curame el Diru. Ahí está. ¿Qué haces para el principio de la fase de acción creador? Vamos a guardar acá.
I'm not done.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Ya gané. Tu cero. Dos cartas que cero. Me valen cero.
according to the rules, it costs dice and energy to unleash an elemental burst.
Pues me quedo con una habilidad. Termina esto y voy. Esa carta. Y... ¡muere!
My research has
Salta,
failed. I can't believe I lost. Every decision is a...
That's not how the rules...
Oh, I am sorry, but it was a fun match.
Paimon didn't know...
I always... It's like that with my research.
Playing cards is...
But...
a losing... Besides, Sucrose, you're already...
Thank you.
Good. Haven't...
I'll definitely...
Alright. I think you should have... Burning my...
Oye, oye, oye. ¿Aún sigue?
I see. So you have now grasped the rules?
That's right. The
Sobering words from Prince there. But I'm afraid... Yes. Oh, basically.
So...
I agree.
Same way?
A well-trained Sucrose. Oh, yes, my goodness. Completely slipped my mind.
Oh, Tomei's meant...
Oh, that's right. So the cast...
What?
Oh, Paimon can guess what you get.
That would mean an...
Darn, what a letdown. All right.
All probably for the... Okay, so go and...
But even for the...
Excellent plan.
Bueno. Termina acá un rato y después sigo.